Hey, welcome to Beach Talk with Mandolyne. This is our second episode, and today I have a very special guest, Jessie J, the laughing model and the laughing photographer. Yes, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thanks for inviting me. I'm really excited.
So, glow paddles. We're about to get on one after this, so it's going to be fun. But what do you think about Pensacola Beach? I mean, what do you like to do here? What is your favorite thing?
So, to be honest, I haven't gotten to explore it as much. My favorite part has been going down to Fort Pickens and like discovering the history and walking around and also photographing there, being a model there. There's so many different textures, and it's just, the history is amazing. So I really love that aspect of it. And then the beaches. I mean, it's Pensacola Beach for a reason, right? So
yes.
Hanging out on the beach, it's beautiful everywhere. Seeing the sunset is beautiful. I just love it.
Awesome. Well, okay, so I have a couple questions.
Sure.
I won't dive too deep.
Nope,
so
we're good.
Here we go. How has your joy and laughter played a role in healing or empowering others through your modeling and photography?
Well, I think that when I go into different situations, I just try to bring the best energy possible. And even if somebody is not having the greatest day or the best experience, whatever I'm doing to help that, to refocus it, if it's telling a joke, if it's sharing a funny meme, or if it's just, talking about your day to the point where we can say, wow, can you believe that really happened?
Yeah.
And then just laughing about it and letting them know, like, they're not alone in this, and we're all trying to do something, we're all trying to achieve something, and we just have to try to find the best out of all of it, whatever happens, because it's never going to be perfect.
Amen. Thank you. Yes. Okay. So, number 2. In a world that often emphasizes perfection, how do you use your platform to showcase authenticity and real moments?
I really try to show not just the styled photo, but what goes into it, what happens before sometimes, what can happen during, and then just real days when I'm not wearing makeup, when I'm working in my garage sweaty and being like, okay, this is part of adulting.
Right?
It's not the glamorous part, but it's the part we all have to do. Or, celebrating things with my kids, my spouse, whatever it is. Like, I just try to show everything to let people know, like, hey, some days it's not okay. I know recently I went to do swimming with the manatees.
Oh, cool.
And there were so many great aspects, but it was cool, and I showed the pictures from that, but then I also showed the moment where I almost had a complete anxiety meltdown in the water. And I wanted to say, like, this was the great part. You can see how awesome this is, but this is what happened during this. And I had to take a moment and take a breath because, you're in this water and it's cloudy and you can't see in front of your face. And I'm like, and life sometimes can feel like that. Going into new situations can feel like that. And you just have to either find something that can ground you, a person, a thought, or you have to learn how to take those breaths and take a moment and say, like, is this, how much do I really want this? Is it going to serve my purpose? And remember, take a breath and decide. So I was like, I really wanted to do this, but it's really scary, but it's okay. I'm going to take a breath, and I'm just going to keep monitoring where I need to be and readjusting to continue. And then I was able to have the full experience. But I feel like life is like that a lot of times.
Exactly.
And you go into situations and they can be really scary, especially when you're trying something new, like if it's glow paddling, you've never been on a boat, if it's modeling, if it's going to events and networking, like that can be, it can be really scary to meet new people and really put yourself out there. But you have to remember, like, is this going to serve my purpose? Do I really want to do this? And then try to find what you can, take those breaths and move forward.
Woo! There you go. I know, it's awesome. I mean, people don't understand, they look at the pictures and they think, oh, they got it all perfect and their life is just this and that. But it's like, you don't know that I'm crying in the background, or you don't know the things that I'm juggling over here, and then here I am. It's like, please don't judge me by that. Because I'm a person too. I have feelings, I have kids, I've been married. Things happen.
Absolutely.
We're human. So
I try to make sure, like, especially sessions like today or other sessions where I've been at where I'm like, sweating, dripping bullets on the beach. I'm like taking pictures to be like, how do you keep makeup on during this? Here's what I use because, or just everybody needs that.
New tricks for you.
Yes, you have
what
to know,
do.
and then also trying to help validate other people. Like, yeah, sometimes things aren't the best, and it's okay to be like, you know what, you're right, that wasn't the best, but what can we do?
Right, exactly. How can we change it?
How can we change it?
Shift, move.
If we can't change this part, what can we do in the future, and how can we guide other people to not have the same experience? So,
yes,
yeah.
yes. Awesome. Okay, girl. All right, so number 3. What advice would you give to women struggling to feel confident in their own skin, especially in front of the camera? So we all go through that one.
Yes, absolutely. Well, the first big thing is don't wait. We were just talking about that. Don't say, I'm going to do it when, because then you might miss those moments. And I know some of the things, some of my most precious moments that mean the most to me are pictures that I can't have back, memories for people who have passed or situations or whatever. And had I not been in those pictures, I wouldn't have those memories. So just grasp it. Don't wait till when. And then if you want to feel super confident, your number one thing is wear what you feel confident in. Exactly. If you don't feel good in it, if somebody's trying to make you wear something that doesn't feel right or look right,
they're going to see it.
You're going to see it in the pictures. You can tell you're not going to be comfortable. You're going to be worried about pulling stuff up or if it's showing things that you don't want to be showed. There's a way to dress every body that will flatter you. And if you don't have that guidance, find someone that can. There's so many people out there that will help you and just give you those tips to help you feel beautiful in whatever you're wearing, and then you'll be ready to kill it, because on camera you're not thinking about or worrying about any of those things. Confident. You're thinking about connecting with that camera and connecting with whatever's going on that they're photographing, and because you're already set.
Yeah, woo,
you're already
I love
set.
It.
So be set.
It.
Yes.
So what advice would you give young girls if they want to start a modeling career, if they want to head down that path? Because when I was younger, my mom, single parent, and we couldn't afford those expensive modeling schools and this and that. And you have to be be somewhere and get spotted by some scout. I mean, that's rare, right?
It is.
So
it is, and I feel like it's almost as a young girl or as a single mom, or I've been through a divorce, and there were times I couldn't afford much either. What I started doing was I found groups that would offer trade for photos. I have to say, in the beginning, I just did a lot of them, trying to get myself out there and meet people and get as many pictures as possible. And after doing that for a while, I decided to be more selective, really research the groups, research the photographers in the group, make sure you have, because I've seen with some young girls where they will get in those types of groups and some of the photographers don't have the best intentions. So you want to make sure whatever you're doing, that you, number one, don't go alone. Research, and then make sure, most people will have some kind of something in writing saying yes, I'll let them use these pictures, or I want to select what gets posted.
Yeah, that's really important.
Yes, so making sure that there's some kind of something to provide, for them too, what they're going to provide for you, because you could go into the shoot and put all this money into hair, makeup, outfit, whatever it is, and then they don't provide you with anything, they just disappear. So having something like that, just, building that rapport and research, and don't go alone. That is so important, but you can do it. A lot of the times the photographers will help you meet people or give you information for how to make contacts in different places, so that it can get you to the next step here. It can get you to the next step. It can get you into fashion shows or other magazines or other places that will give you the connects to keep moving without spending all that money.
Awesome. So I'm not going to ask you your age or anything like that, but because you look young and beautiful anyway.
Of course.
But what do you think, a certain age, do you think that there is a certain age that they should start or not start? Or I'm going to be 42 in July. And so I've had 3 kids and all this stuff. And there's things that I'm uncomfortable with my body. And so I'm constantly you just got to get rid of that crap. Right. And so there is no real age limit. Right?
No,
absolutely you can't sit here and say, oh, I'm too young or I'm too old. It's just do it.
Yes, one of the most important things that I really want to show people is that it's never too late. When I originally started when I was 18, I think 17 or 18, I started with one of the modeling agencies that's well known, and then I ended up dropping out midway because there was some different charges and things that weren't disclosed, and I was like, I can't do that. So and then life happened, married, kids, all of the things that happened in between that. And then I was just looking, I was doing photography first, and then I had gone on like a whole enlightenment journey with just trying to heal myself physically, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. And someone was just like, well, you should really try modeling. And I was like, I'm a photographer, I don't do that. And they were like, but if you look at yourself compared to some of these other people that are entering this stuff, you could match it. Just try.
And also
just
you
try.
know what to look for. You know what looks good behind the camera. So
Yes, because I have that advantage from working. I know a little bit on how to move, light, all that stuff, outfits, but they were like, just go for it. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to have a portfolio, and I don't have anything. So that's what started with me trying to find TFP shoots and things to try to build that up, because I was just starting. I'd been through a divorce, a remarriage, 2 children that are older, and part of that was going, should I even be starting at this age? And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter, because even if it's only for me to put out that, just do whatever it is. It doesn't have to be modeling, doesn't have to be photography. If there's something that scares you, just do it. If you want to do it, don't let anything hold you back. Just try it, do all your research, do what you need to do to try to get to that place, and do it. Don't let anything hold you back from what you want to do.
Amen.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
I love it. Well, we're going to close out because we're going to go ride a kayak. Do you have, what's your photography business? Do you have any open sessions? Are you active with that now?
I am limited with photography. I'm limited with photography, Laughing Photographer. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram that way. Most of my business I do through Laughing Model, where I will go and model for different things or model for different things, items, places.
Like brand ambassading and stuff like that?
Yes, absolutely. Or I will give guidance on clothes and modeling as well, because I've gone to shoots where I've gone and I've helped direct the models on what to do, how to move, help the photographers and things like that. And give them confidence, especially if they're new models. I love getting out there and they're just beautiful, but they don't know what to do. And you're like, okay, try this. And then you can see the confidence start to build in them. So I absolutely love that part of it. And I'm also a face painter. So I'm I paint faces for parties. Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. I love it. I love doing that. It's a lot of fun. It was something that, you don't just pick up a paintbrush and paint faces. You kind of got to work with it and learn. But,
dude, I can't even paint on a glass or anything. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. I love adults really love it more than kids sometimes.
Well, it reminds me of my childhood.
Yes.
All fun and whatever. It's just you want to keep that big kid inside.
Yes, and especially when it's come so far with all the different types of things you can do to really make your face stand out quick and fast and safe for skin and all that other stuff. So
instead of getting a tattoo that's permanent, you can test it out.
And they even have waterproof ones now too, where it'll last like a day or two. And so
there you go. Okay,
lots of fun stuff. I'm here.
Photography, modeling. Yes, give her a call.
I'm here for it all. All right, thank you
so much.
Thank you so much.
Guys. Until next
Bye.
time. I'll just do a little whirl, like a turn around.
I'm gonna try not to get you wet. Wait, which way?
Do we go?
You go on the right. Okay.
Okay.
The right will turn us right.
Okay, we got this. Just work together.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
This is so beautiful. Oh, look at the other one.
Where?
The other little paddles are so
the pink one?
Yes. So cool. I don't know what I'm doing, but
it's okay.
Okay. I've never seen. Whoa. I'm sorry. Don't lean. That was my fault. Okay. I'm steady.
All right. Which way did we go?
Okay. We're going to go back. But you know what? This is so cool.
This is really cool.
Everybody's got to try this at least once.
Yes. This is really fun. And it's such a beautiful night. The air is perfect.
It is so perfect.
And it helps take a little bit of that, being on the water without a light mystery away.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't do it. Yeah. I would not be here if there was no light. That's for sure.
No, it would be way too scary.